Hello everyone. So today we are looking at solving equations. So this is a big concept from algebra and it's going to come up over and over again in geometry. So really quickly, this video is just if you want an overview. So we have to use inverse operations when we're solving equations. Inverse operations are just those things that undo each other. So we know the opposite of addition is subtraction, right? So that's the inverse operation of addition. That's all I mean by that. So that would be subtraction. The inverse operation of subtraction, of course, so what undoes subtraction would be addition. Inverse operation of multiplication, we know that's division. And then the inverse operation of division is multiplication. So that's just an overview, right? That's kind of the main thing we need to use when we're solving equations. So, and again, you guys have learned solving equations over and over again, but we just need to review it. It is very, very important. So we have to understand inverse operations to solve equations. And we have to remember that equations, they're like seesaws. They have to be balanced. If I do something to one side of an equation, I have to do it to the other side of the equation. So I kind of created some steps for you to follow if you need some review. I always locate my variable first. Then I'm going to identify the inverse operation that I'll need to use in order to get that variable by itself. Because ultimately, we want to get the variable by itself. Then I'm going to use the inverse operation on both sides of the equation. So I'm just going to go through these 4 examples. These are some one-step equations. So I'm going to locate my variable, which is x. And then I need to decide what inverse operation is happening. Well, right now I can see that I'm subtracting 7 from x. To get rid of that minus 7, I need to add 7 to both sides. So I'm adding 7 because it's the inverse operation of subtraction. And I have to do it to both sides because my equation has to remain balanced. So this negative 7 plus 7 is going to cancel out. So I'm left with an x over here. So x equals 15 plus 7, which is 22. So that's my final answer. Okay, and then it's the exact same concept for number 2. Except in number 2, we can see that what's happening is addition. So I'm going to circle my variable. The inverse operation I need to use is the opposite of addition, which we know is subtraction. So this time I need to subtract 10 from both sides because we want to get rid of that plus 10. Then I see, well, 10 minus 10, that's going to cancel. I'm left with x over here. And 57 minus 10 is 47. So that's the final answer there. All right, then we look at number 3. Well, what's happening if we have 8y? If there's no symbol, that means I'm multiplying. So 8 times y. All right, to undo multiplication, so we need to undo multiplication by using division. Right, that's our inverse operation here. So I'm going to circle my variable. I want to get that thing by itself. So I need to divide both sides by its coefficient, which is 8. So I'm going to divide by 8 on both sides. Okay, when I do that, these 8s will cancel. And then I'm left with y equals 72 divided by 8. So at that point, you're just going to do 72 divided by 8, which is 9. So y equals 9. Then the last one, if I have a fraction, that tells me division. So fraction tells me I'm dealing with division. All right, so the opposite of division would be multiplication. So what this is telling me is that to get rid of that divides by 4, I have to multiply by 4. And I have to do it to both sides. Okay, and if I divide by 4 and then multiply by 4, well, those are inverse operations, so they cancel out. So that goes away. Then I'm going to put 13 times 4 in my calculator, which is 52. So 52 is my k. Okay, so that's what I was solving for. I got rid of the divides by 4, so I was left with just k. And now I know k equals 52. All right, so that is one-step equations. This is the video you'll want to watch if you want help with one-step equations and just kind of a nice overview. So this will be posted and I'm going to make a few more videos to go through the rest of these notes.